What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I absolutely love this CFORCE 800. It's an awesome machine. This is a 2021 model. It's been performing great, but you know that we have talked about a couple times on this channel about that annoying beeper sound that you hear in some of my videos. Every time I get on the throttle, and we've talked about how, in particularly, my issue with the beeper is that it's beeping when I get on the throttle. It's ramping up to the rev limiter and causing it to make the alarm beep. And we're gonna crank it up, let you hear that one more time, because I know you love that sound, right? We're gonna crank it up and show you what we're talking about. So you heard when it revs up, and anytime I break the rear tires loose, it ramps up to the RPM alarm, high alarm, and makes that beeper go off. Now that beeper is the same beeper that goes off if your oil light comes on, right? If it's only on right now because I don't have it cranked up. But if your oil pressure drops too low, it will go off. And then also, if your temperature maxes out and you start overheating, that same beeper will go off. But what we're about to do is we're about to disable that beeper. And that's going to keep it from, every time I give it throttle, it's going to keep it from alarming and beeping. But here's a word of caution before we proceed. When you do this, it's okay for you to do it, but I'm just letting you know up front, warning to self, it's not gonna sound when you start to overheat. Like say your radiator gets plugged and you're riding and you're not paying attention to your gauge, well, it's not gonna beep and let you know that it's overheating. As well as if this oil light comes on and your oil pressure drops for some reason, it's no longer gonna beep because we're about to disable it. So that's just a little warning before we do this. This is, not recommended by the manufacturer or anything, but many of you have asked, can that be disabled? Can we unwire that? And the answer is yes, but then it's on you. You're disabling the alarm, therefore you risk, if you don't pay attention to your gauge, it's still gonna let you know on your gauge, right? But it's no longer going to beep at you, letting you know, hey, look at your gauge, something's wrong. So I want to get that out there before we do this, because I don't want nobody trying to, blame me for you having a problem with your machine later on because you wasn't paying attention to the gauge. So anyhow, we're going to do that now. We're going to show you how to disable it, and here we go. All right, Mr. Joel is going to show us how to get to the alarm and disable this thing.
Two 10mm bolts here.
10mm bolts on each side. Now it's going to allow you to pop up your center console, or center gauge cluster rather. Oh, not supposed to see that yet.
And the front pops up.
Alright, so there's going to be what, a rubber grommet under here? Okay.
Slide it back.
Slide it back. And voila, hey, if you were wondering about your air intake, here it is. Right up behind the gauge cluster.
There's the one for the belt.
And then, yeah, so this is good. This little bonus footage. This is for the belt intake. Your CVT intake is right way up high, okay? So that's an awesome design. I like that. It's real dusty. Been riding in some dust. Gotta clean that up. But there is the beeper. There's the culprit right there.
And all you do is unplug it. It don't make any lights or nothing come on.
Wow,
That's
that
all it
is. So you unplug this white connector here. That disables the beeper, and that's it. So all you have to do, just to recap, take your seat off, take this cover off. That way it allows you to take the center gauge cluster box off, and then you can unplug that, get it out of the way. That's the only external plug under there besides your big main plug and your ignition. So, well, that was easy. So there goes the beeper, but again, remember, it will now not alarm you and beep when you have issues with your oil pressure or your temperature. So do this at your own risk. I'm going to pay attention to my gauge because I know that the beeper ain't there anymore. All right, so now that we got that dude unplugged, you're just going to go back with everything, and like Joel said, unplugging this is not going to throw any codes or any lights. So if you do have any lights or warnings or whatever, then you got other issues. So remember, do you just pop that
Stick
in,
it in, slide it forward,
slide it to the front of the machine, and then snap straight down. Okay, got it. Just putting the cover on. Then you just go back on with the 10mm bolts, and then you just put your front cap on, and then your seat, and then you're done. So simple enough. Hope this video was helpful for y'all. Remember, do this at your own risk, and we'll have some more videos we're going to do. About to do an air filter video on the CFORCE 800, so be looking for that. But anyhow, hope you enjoyed it, guys. We got some cool ride videos coming up soon. Hope y'all are having a great time with your CFMOTO units, the side-by-sides, four-wheelers and all. And if you have any questions, just comment those down the bottom, or you can go to the MSC CFMOTO Facebook page and ask there. There's a lot of awesome members on that group. They will be glad to help answer those that I can't get to either. So anyhow, hope that this was helpful. Thank you as always. God bless y'all, and remember to keep it real. We'll see you in the next one.